Hey everyone, it's Amy from Doki Forest. Welcome back. Welcome if it's your first time. Today I'm going to be beginning my January glue book challenge by Caged Fish. This is a super fun list. It's got day 1 through 31 of January, and then each day there are about 5 images that you go on a scavenger hunt and you try to find in magazines and cut them out. And then you want to put them together on a page in your glue book. So each page will be one day of January. And today I'm going to go through 1 through 5. I have most of the items on the list. There are still some that I can't find, but there is the option to do a wild card and substitute if there happens to be something you can't find, and just have fun with it. No stress. And then this is my glue book I will be using. This is a journal that I've had for years. I never used it. So I'm going to give it a go. I glued some of the pages together just to make them sturdier. And we will just see how it goes today. So let's get into it. Oh, and I will put Caged Fish's video link below, of course. So please check that out. Okay, so I have my glue stick. I have some scissors. And I have my images, which I put in piles. Day 1, we have something Egyptian, sunset, pineapple, tape, and owl. And that's my pineapple, my only pineapple I could find. And then I had quite a few owl images. So clearly I like owls. And now I will go quiet so you can just enjoy the creating. Okay, day 2, we need someone famous, cloud, rose, ice cream, and music note. And here are my images that I have collected. Ice cream, music note, that's a rose, just a little rose. Jimmy Stewart is someone famous and also the greatest guy ever, my favorite movie actor of all time. Clouds, music notes, and more clouds. To have one more look at this magazine for roses, and it's a good thing I did because this magazine was chock full of roses. So I was able to find a picture that I liked better to put with this collage instead of that one little tiny rose from before. I was about to recycle this paper that I had used the top of for the clouds when I noticed on the back there were also more clouds, which I really liked the look of, and I thought I would add those to the bottom just to have a little more cloud cover and just to make it look pretty. I didn't want to cover up the roses too much though, so I ripped it down a little bit and I added a piece to the top, and now it's kind of like a little frame around Jimmy. Okay, day 3, something that smells good. Fork, barn, skull, and money. So I love that skull. I had some realistic skulls, but I liked the sugar skull the most. So here we go. We're going to put this page together, and these items are so different, and trying to figure out how to put them together was a challenge, but I did love it. And as I was working on this, I realized that I kind of wanted to be able to tell a story about what was happening in the picture because the items are just so different and the way they go together, and I was trying to think, why are all these items together? There's got to be some kind of a story there with the golden forks and the money and the barn, and so it made me think I'm going to leave a lined page next to each one of my glue book pages, and what I'd like to do is write a little story about the collage that I've made, and it can be like wacky, but what I was really wondering was if you guys want to add anything and come up with any stories or names of characters or anything, feel free to put them in the comments. So here I am, I've moved everything over to its own page, that way they can have some room for writing, or I can have room for writing their story over there on the right. So yeah, because there's got to be something. I mean, we have a sugar skull, we've got a lady with flowers, golden forks, a barn, money. It's just kind of crazy. So yeah, make it as silly as you want. Leave me some comments and let's write some stories to go with these images because they are just pretty wild. Okay, day 4, we have something handwritten, keyhole, superhero, train, and coffee. Superhero is, of course, Captain America, the best Marvel character ever. There is a train. I really like that image of a train. Coffee, which is kind of random, but maybe Cap needs his caffeine to keep his energy up. Probably not, because he has super soldier serum, but you never know. This moment when I realize I don't like that my image of Captain America has his hair cut off. So I went and found another image. It's the same one, but this time it's full Cap. He's got his hair, but then I decided I'm going to use this other image because it's a Winter Soldier image, which is my favorite movie, and I love that he looks kind of despondent, and I thought there was a lot of emotion in that picture. So I am choosing that Cap. I knew I wanted to cut the keyhole out so that way I could put an image behind it, and guess who it's going to be? It's right there on the desk. So if you've seen Winter Soldier, then you know who this is. It's the Winter Soldier. So I thought I would have him sort of locked behind the door. I thought it went with the whole mood with the train, Captain America. Winter Soldier's not on the list, of course, of things to include on this day, but he just has to be there. Okay, and our last page for today's video, day 5, is something gold, gargoyle, football, pumpkin, and shark. But this is where I'm going to do my first wild card. Instead of football, I'm going to pick bird or wing. Same thing, because the birds have wings, so you'll see some birds show up later. This page gave me the hardest time. I only had that one image of the shark, but I had a really hard time figuring out how to get those to work. I think it was the combination of the gargoyle image being so large, and that was my only gargoyle picture as well. Actually, that was my only pumpkin too. So the gargoyle was so large, and then the sharks were pretty large as well. So trying to figure out how everything would go together on the page was a challenge. But that's what I like about these different images that go together, is it is a challenge. It's not going to just be items that always make sense, but then as you're working on it, sometimes things click. Sometimes it takes a little more work, but it's really fun. It was when I was about to clean up here that I decided I was going to take that little piece of wing I had taken from the gargoyle and I was going to give it to the shark. So now instead of just having a flipper fin, he's got a wing. Okay, the first 5 pages are now done. So we have page 1 here with something Egyptian, owl, pineapple, sunset, and tape. I used 2 different kinds of tape. We have page 2 here with clouds, ice cream, music notes, someone famous, and roses. And then day 3, we have something that smells good, money, fork, barn, and skull. And then day 4, we have superhero, train, keyhole, something handwritten, and coffee. And our last page is gargoyle, pumpkin, something gold, shark, and it was football, but we substituted birds. And that's it. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you next time for more glue book fun. Take care now. Bye-bye.